offseason and everything. Do you see a difference in his physical play this season?
I mean, outside of the wrist, I mean, he's healthy. So, I mean, that's the difference. You know, last season he wasn't healthy. So, as great as he is, you know, it's tough to be, you know, even close to as good as he can be when, you know, you're banged up as bad as he was last season. So, you know, I mean, if it wasn't for the wrists, I think you'd have seen much more of tonight, you know, in these first 10 games. But, I mean, I think he's continuing to find ways to adjust his game to still be effective and do what we need him to do in order for us to win games.
Given that he's doing this with the wrist, where do you rank this stretch that he's had his last 5 games with some of the runs that you've seen him get on over his career?
I don't know. I mean, he's doing it, I think, in a pretty efficient manner. You know, I think that's what really stands out about what he's doing right now. You know, he's always going to be aggressive and assertive to score, but you know, he's picking his spots and he's doing it in a very efficient manner, and you know that ranks it right up there with the best of them because he's not having to. Doesn't look like he's trying to do it. He's just doing it within the flow of the game, and that's been very effective for him and for us.
Do you see something different with Phoenix? You said the other night that, you know, it's still that rivalry with Phoenix. Do you see it be a little more amped up when you guys play the Suns?
I don't know. It's tough for me to say. I mean, you know, the history with the Suns, you know, outside of the 2010 West Finals was, you know, during years I wasn't here. So, you know, I wasn't around in terms of how much he still holds on to that. But, I mean, you know, I just think there's certain nights and certain games that he really, you know, looks to be assertive. I know Grant Hill, you know, is a guy that he likes to match up against because Grant is a very smart defender and normally does a good job. So, you know, I think it was just one of those nights where, you know, he felt like he needed to turn up his aggression after a slow start for us in the first quarter, and then he just kept it going the rest of the game.
Has Kobe indicated to you just how much his wrist is bothering him and how much pain he's playing through?
No, he has not given me any indication of that. You know, it's a tough injury for him. You know, it's a shooting hand, and you know, it is impacting him. But you know, I think he's getting better, relatively speaking. You know, he's spending the time in terms of therapy and treatment and trying to improve as much as he can. And you know, hopefully over time, you know, even with him still playing, he'll be able to, you know, improve where the wrist is. It probably won't ever get back to 100% this season, but you know, we would never want him to. At least for me personally, would never want him to endanger himself. You know, long term. So he'll be fine though, one way or another.
It's just one of those things. Yeah, well, you know, it's just you're so drawn. You play on. You're a professional athlete. I mean, you're so drawn when you have to get out there.
Yeah, man. That's, you know, at least, you know, the generation that you know, I think Kobe, you know, and myself and guys that have, you know, been in this game for a long time. You know, there's really no such thing as missing a game unless you literally cannot walk. You know, or something is preventing you from physically being able to get up and do what you need to do. And, you know, I think he's been, you know, a big-time example of, you know, just doing whatever he needs to do, not just to perform for himself, but perform for his team. It's very selfless to, you know, play through injuries and do the things that you do that could endanger your health long-term and, you know, still go out and do it. And as much as it's about him and his legacy, I think it says a lot about who he is in terms of, you know, what he understands about his value to his team and his teammates.
And Jared, what do you make of the way Kobe's